Hello everybody, I'm Arlo White and this is your scouting report on SoundersFC.com. Now, it's been a tumultuous week for Sounders FC, but they return to the pitch at Questfield on Saturday night against Toronto FC, and they'll be hoping to stretch their unbeaten run in Major League Soccer to 6 matches. Toronto have not reached the playoffs in their first 4 years of existence, but with a new Dutch coach in place, they're hoping for more success in year 5. Toronto's head coach is a man called Arjen Winter, a Dutchman. He's played for big clubs as a defensive midfielder in his career: Lazio in Rome, Inter Milan and Ajax in Amsterdam. He's from Holland, who made it to the World Cup final last year, you remember, employing a new system, a 4-2-3-1. And I think it's a system he's enjoyed employing at BMO Field. Let's take a look. This was against Columbus last week, a 1-1 draw in the first half, and we'll just pause it there. Here's Martina on the left-hand side. Maicon Santos is in the centre. Peterson on the right-hand side. They're the three-pronged attacking midfield just behind striker Alan Gordon. Sometimes in this system, which can be very attacking with two defensive midfielders in front of the back four, the midfielders, the attacking midfielders, can be quite narrow, and we can see that in this situation. So what does that do? It creates space on the flanks for the likes of speedy fullbacks like Danley Borman to get forward. So we'll play it on a little bit. Here is Martina. He plays it on the inside, but look at Borman, who's made a lovely run on the outside. And because of the narrow nature of the three attacking midfielders, it's just bunched the defence in a little bit and created that space on the outside flank. Now, the 4-2-3-1 system requires a very good striker. He's got to be a bundle of energy. He's got to be enthusiastic. He's got to win the ball. He's got to hold the ball, and he's got to use the ball effectively. And during the off-season, Toronto FC traded for just the man. Alan Gordon made his name at the LA Galaxy. He spent a couple of spells at the Portland Timbers on loan. He's bounced around a couple of clubs lately, Chivas USA last year and then to Toronto FC during the off-season. I thought the first 45 minutes he put in against Columbus last week were absolutely magnificent. Let's take a look at some of the examples. Look at this for enthusiasm, trying to win the ball back. He does brilliantly here, dispossessing a Columbus defender, and he plays the ball to Julian de Guzman. It was an all-action first half from Alan Gordon before he was withdrawn at half-time, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later. Look at this. We'll keep it paused here. He's come back to goal on the halfway line. This is an area here that perhaps Ozzy Alonso might be patrolling, because he'll realise that one of his central defenders has been pulled all the way out by the runs of Alan Gordon. Let's see what it does. He looks over to the left-hand side. Supervision inside the fullback for Martina to run onto, and Martina, nothing comes of it at this stage, but Alan Gordon continues his run. Cross comes in, nothing on the header, and Gordon with the volley. So not only is he setting things up early in the move, he's also continuing his runs and getting on the end of crosses. Let's take a look at this, another good piece of play. We'll pause it just here. Alan Gordon is going absolutely nowhere here, but he really puts in a superhuman effort. Gets around a couple of Columbus midfielders here as we play it on, and doesn't stop there. So Julian de Guzman's on the ball. Gordon wants it again. Realises de Guzman's gone to the left-hand side. Gordon, we're following him here. Still making a run, and we'll pause it just there. De Guzman goes short instead of going all the way over the top. Gordon, with his arm raised, wants the ball played into this vacant area here. De Guzman, in the end, decides to go short. But Gordon was putting in such a good shift in the first half. Let's get on to the next clip. This was excellent from Gordon. He's beaten Julius James, and he sends through Martina here from that position with his back to goal. Remember, Martina misses the opportunity, but that all started with Gordon's back to goal. So he is a very, very lively striker and one to look out for the Seattle Sounders FC on Saturday night. But Toronto FC have got a new midfielder from the New York Red Bulls. Sadly, he's banned for Saturday in the most bizarre circumstances. Earlier in the season, we saw Eric Hasley, the Vancouver Whitecaps striker, sent off for removing his shirt in a goal celebration. Second yellow, off he went. We saw a similar situation at BMO Field with Tony Sharney last weekend against the Columbus Crew. Let's take a look. It was a super goal by Toronto. In the first half, Alan Gordon involved again in this move. Ball over the top. There's Sharney. He judges it brilliantly and finishes superbly. But what happens next? He runs right the way over to the crowd. Over the commercial board he goes and into the crowd. Now he's in trouble. He's already on a yellow card. David Gantar in his third game in Major League Soccer. It's a second yellow. That's a red card after 41 minutes. Here's Shani over the advertising board. His coach, Aaron Vinter, said it was stupid. Somebody from Major League Soccer has since come out and said that he didn't think it was a yellow card. So there's a confused picture here. Here's what the FIFA guidelines say about this situation. Now, leaving the field of play is not in itself a cautionable offence, but a player must be cautioned if he climbs onto a perimeter fence to celebrate a goal being scored. Time wasting also comes into play here. But did Tony Shani leap onto the perimeter fence? I don't know, you could probably argue either way. But we saw a similar incident at the very same stadium earlier this season. This is Toronto FC's game against Chivas USA. The free kick comes into the box. Alan Gordon, terrific player, heads it into the net. Look what he does. Over the commercial board and onto what could be described as a perimeter fence. No action was taken by the referee that day. The FIFA guidelines are open to interpretation, which can be very frustrating, and it makes it difficult for referees. A couple of bizarre situations. Now, Tony Shani is banned for one game, and that could mean a return to Quest Field as a starter for Nathan Sturgis, the former Seattle Sounder. It'll be nice to see Nathan again. Well, Saturday will be an emotional occasion at Quest Field in light of the injury suffered by Steve Zakawani last week. Enjoy the game if you're there. If you're at home, join us on Kong 6:16, 6:30 for pre-game, 7 o'clock kickoff. You'll also hear the call on 97.3 Cairo FM. Do join us for that. We look forward to your company. For SoundersFC.com, I'm Arlo White, and that was your scouting report.